Good morning, everyone. And just as I pressed play, it's a very moody morning. I'll make another video at some point later on. It's raining, like, and we're talking like big rain. Like we call it in Greece, like raining chairs. Yeah. So, welcome to my channel again. I'm Tassos, and we'll make another video in the days to come about our Christmas decorations. We didn't have time to do that earlier to record something with Miss Blooper, but we'll do that. So welcome to my channel again. This is a moody morning, excellent for coffee and a brief discussion before some gameplay. So the second part of this video is, as per your request, Galto, one of my best subscribers and definitely one of the better commenters. I love your comments, man. Really, like you might think that they're lengthy or whatever. I just press, the see more on the text and start reading. Like, yeah, it's crazy. Most of the time, it's what I want to say, like through the comments or through the videos. And it seems like I don't have much time or I don't have a proper script for that. But yeah, it's great to see you cover most of that. So yeah, as you can see, I have the Nintendo Famicom and the NES right next to it. And if the lighting sucks, sorry about that, but it's the way I'm recording with a specific shutter on my phone that's 1:60, so that you could see proper gameplay through CRT TV. So it's because of that. When it usually seems darker, it's because of that. So we have the Nintendo Famicom and the NES. Technically, they're the same system. The Nintendo Famicom came out in Japan in 1983. It's my years old. And it was a phenomenal console, a huge hit. I don't even have to talk about it. An amazing system. And this specific piece of hardware, this specific console, is a gift from Miss Blooper to me. And I absolutely love this system. I absolutely love it. This one in particular is AV modded. So yeah, props for that. Amazing system. And let me tell you what, on paper, way before I even had the chance to think about having a Nintendo Famicom, I love the lights and what they're doing, by the way. I was kind of on the fences for its design of having the controllers hardwired on the system. I was like, is that really a good idea? I don't know. Because, what if you really need to change the controller? What if there is malfunction or whatever? And what about this thing not having that much of a length in cable? But really owning the system, I must tell you that first of all, in terms of the quality that they were made, pretty much like the NES here, high quality stuff. I can't see this thing breaking down easily. I'll tell you that. And if it does, I guess even I can fix it. And I haven't heard too many complaints about that either. So for a system that, again, it's my years old, 42, it's holy shit. How much of a quality system is that? It's like a high quality made system. Super neat, super sturdy. I'll give you that. And again, the same goes with the NES, don't get me wrong. But these two, while technically they're the same system, this one is superior. The Nintendo Famicom is superior. And we're briefly going to be talking about that. So, while the quality in which these two were made, the quality put in making these two systems are basically the same. It's like high quality systems, no question about that. Like systems that old that run so good after all these years, because this is like secondhand. It wasn't originally mine. And the controller here, the same, really worn out, really played the shit out of like the previous person. Literally beat the shit out of it and still works perfectly fine. Yeah, it had its pins changed, as you can tell, but it works like a charm. It's amazing. So the first difference is like the first thing that I notice when I see them is like, so they're the same thing, right? So why is the NES so much bigger than this system? Like, how could they pack all that stuff here in the original system, but they made it bigger for the rest of us? I don't know. It doesn't bug me that much. Maybe they needed more space to cool down the components better, but I don't really think there was a need for that much of an early system. It's not like a PS5 that has to have, you know, fans to cool it down or whatever. I don't know. Maybe that was excessive, but I don't mind the bigger size. I actually find this very iconic in the feel and the look of it, like a VHS. But you know, speaking about the controllers, the second controller on the Nintendo Famicom, and this is a feature not there on the NES, has a built-in microphone in it. And look, like you can adjust the volume. If you press that up there, you basically have the microphone on. And I had a sweet and very funny accident while using that. I had this, you know, high-pitched sound coming from my speakers from the television set over there, the small Sony Trinitron. And it was basically me switching on the microphone by accident. And I was mumbling and saying, what the frick is going on? And I could basically hear my voice through there. So I'm guessing there was a karaoke potential. There was some karaoke potential with this one. And while I'm joking, it might be the case. But also this one had its uses in games. There is an actual enemy, a type of enemy in Legend of Zelda, in the original Legend of Zelda, called the Pulse Voice, that even in the translated manual that we got in the rest of the world, it specifically says that the Pulse Voice, it's an enemy like a rabbit type of enemy with huge ears. It can be killed with loud sounds, like loud noises. And basically what you would do is yell in this little microphone and you would kill the Pulse Voice. Which, you know, I don't know how that sounds to you. To me, it sounds crazy that they would have that kind of technology built in a system, a video game system, from back in the early 80s, 83, because this was essentially made in 83. So that's crazy, and that you can't find that feature on the NES, nowhere. As far as I know of, like the only voice recognition thing that you might have had in this one is with there was this headphone set that you would use with the NES, the Konami Scope. I don't really remember the proper name. It had a microphone in it. It was like a headset, and you would put it in, and basically all the sounds from the television would be and the NES would be in your head. People wouldn't be able to hear you or hear basically they wouldn't be able to hear the noises from the game. And there was a microphone that when you said fire, you know, it would basically shoot. And that's the closest thing that I can think of as a feature close to that. But the Nintendo Famicom had that feature covered through its games with the controller. You couldn't do that on the NES by default. So there's that, and there is another thing that I'm not really sure many people know about, that in terms of sound, this one is superior. How crazy does that sound? While technically it had the same sound chips, this one and this one had the same sound chips, this one was able to produce better sound. There were specific games for the Nintendo Famicom. The prime example was Castlevania 3, that had amazing soundtracks that you could only produce through the Famicom. You couldn't do that on the NES. And the reason why is there's an audio chip in this one that's connected straight to the cartridge connectors. And when specific types of extra audio were put into the cartridges, that one was able to reproduce them through your speakers. So you had richer sound, a better sound effects, probably more sound effects, probably, and killer soundtrack. Like the Castlevania 3 soundtrack on the Famicom is out of this world. You wouldn't even believe it's 8-bit. And yeah, we're talking like crazy stuff. You couldn't do that on the NES. But here's the crazy part. This is the craziest part, the crazy kicker about this one. This extra audio chip that was on the Nintendo Famicom and was responsible for all these amazing extra audio. Apparently, it's still there. It's still in here. That audio chip exists in the on the NES motherboard, but it's relocated on a part of the motherboard that basically makes it unusable. And it's not connected to the cartridge connector, which just begs the question: if you wanted to exclude that feature while making and manufacturing the NES and mass producing it, why would you use that extra audio chip altogether? Why just not scrap it and not put it on there on the motherboard? So they basically have the same sound chips, but the one on the NES is unusable. So there is apparently a mod that you can do. You don't really have to be that much tech savvy. You can watch a video, or basically the only thing that you have to do is be careful not to break anything, but don't take my word for it. Better ask someone that's a technician or someone that knows how to deal with that kind of stuff. You can basically rewire your audio chip from the unusable part of the motherboard and reconnect it to the cartridge connector of your NES, and that will basically make your NES able to produce the same kind of sound as the Nintendo Famicom. So that's all that I can think of when it comes to the differences of these two. It's more or less, the basic type of knowledge that I have about these two. I absolutely love this system. I love them both. Okay, but I gotta be fair. If you get an extra long AV cable, you can practically take this right in front of you and play whatever you want. It's not that much of a big deal, really, that the cables on the controllers are that short. It doesn't really bug me. I'll be sitting right here in front of you and play games. It doesn't really bug me that much. In fact, I can reset and press power. There's also good stuff about having the actual console close to you. It's not that bad. I had the same thing going on with the Atari because I'm that years old. So yeah, I know. So now that we're done talking about these two systems, I'll just press pause for a little bit and put this baby back to its rightful place behind me, and I'll give you a gameplay of Yar Kung Fu. Since it's such a short game, I'll throw in there some karateka for the Famicom for good measure, because this is a multi-card and it has both of these. So yeah, you won't have to wait. I'll just pause and get going with the gameplay. Oh, the sweet sound of the rain. We're good to go. Switching on our television. I think you can see right there on the edge, right here, there's like a small tree, Christmas tree. That's, it's part of our decorations. Again, in a later video, I'll be making, giving you some taste of the stuff that we have decorated right here. Sweet coffee. So, Yaya Kung Fu, let's go. It's Kung Fu in this cartridge, and karateka is actually named Taken. How fun is that? Let's bring up the volume a little bit. Excellent. Let's go. Let's see if I gotten rusty. Gotcha. What? Want to see something sweet? Oh, it still works after all. Oh my god, I missed it. What? How the heck this is so much fun still after all these years? Just tell me. What? Maybe I need to lower the ISO a little bit. You can actually hit those. Wow, making this fight really close. Gotcha! Yeah, now the color is way better. Sorry about that before. You can stun lock him like that. It's cheap, but it works. It's like stopping time. Star Platinum, the world! Oh, I usually mess up this one. Yeah! Wah! I got 4 of them. Now I have to fight a lady? Come on. Oh, I'm good. Also got an extra life. His name is Mu, which I think it translates to 6, which I think he's the 6th enemy in the game. This is insane. And after that, now the game just loops, just on a slightly harder difficulty, and that's it. So, yeah, let's just big Wang one more time. Oh my god, that name didn't sound right. Let's unlock him. Use our chip trick. Oh my god, it still works after all these. Good. So let's go to Tekken, which is karateka. Now we'll see the NES version of this game. We have played the Atari 7800, which wasn't really the best one. Look at that. I can keep doing this like forever. If you keep just, you know, pressing this type of kick midsection, you're gonna be beating them very easily. Awesome. Let me show you that cinematic. I always love that in this game. Look at that. Go, get him! Yes, boss! Oh, look at that. Search yourself, and there's your enemy coming at you. Super impressive. And again, this game is really old. I'm not really sure, like, the port of the NES when it came out, but this game on Apple II first came out like in '84. And the same guy who made this, Jordan Mechner, was also responsible for Prince of Persia, using rotoscope for the animation. Amazing stuff. You should go ahead and watch some documentary on how this game was made. Really crazy knowing that kind of stuff about some of the greatest pioneers in the story of video game making. I've never in my life gotten past through that door. ever. So that's Karateka on the NES or the Nintendo Famicom. Amazing game. Again, guys, if you like what you've seen, press like and subscribe. It helps this channel grow. Retro or not, mostly retro though, you can find it in this channel. So yeah, that's the stuff. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.